Security measures have drastically changed since COVID-19 and this pandemic broke out. Thankfully, we have people like Dan LaPrade, who is the president of Casey's Security, to keep us safe. How are you, Dan?
I'm doing very well. Colette, how about you?
I'm great. It's nice to talk to you. I missed you, and we've had some social occasions for work, and we've got to hang out, but I haven't got to see you in a couple weeks now. So I'm just making sure you're okay. You're safe and sound, are you?
Yeah, keeping very busy.
That's good.
It'd be nice to when I'm able to come and visit all you guys again.
Absolutely.
And I want to just take a quick few seconds to thank you and Danny and Chris and Bruce and Mike and Kevin and the whole Trina, the whole team. I'll probably forget somebody.
That's
You're
okay.
doing an amazing job getting the news out there with the special report.
Hey, we appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, and so thank you. We appreciate it. That's why we want to sponsor that, because that's very important at this time.
Thanks so much, and we appreciate your sponsorship. But what's more important is our safety, and you're doing an outstanding job at that. One of the only businesses that I can recall or seeing and going through all the news who hired through this pandemic is Casey Security. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, when this first started, a few of our sites were shut down, like office sites that we have, right? Because people work from home. So at first I was like, okay, here we go. It's starting. we're gonna have to lay off people, and then within about 2 to 3 weeks, we started getting calls as all these new regulations and recommendations started coming in for social distancing, or physical distancing. So then it was okay. We got one here, like at a bank, and the next thing you know, Rexall called.
Yep.
And then another bank, and in fact, we have 2 guards down at the credit union at the Station Mall. It's so bad there with keeping people apart, and it's so busy that they wanted 2 for that location. I had to hire people, and I've actually been able to employ people full time that were working for me part time before because they had another job, but they lost their other job.
Okay.
So I was able to keep them working in the interim, and then when their job comes back, they can go back to their other job, right?
Okay, yeah. So, well, that's awesome. I mean, it's just some good news to come out of the bad anyways, that you are able to employ people and to help keep this community safe, which is what I want to highlight on right now. So when you're sending these security guards out, what are they being asked to do? We've all seen them, and when you walk into Rexall, of course, they say, hey, Casey Security guy, and I talk to them all. I think I know the one on Wellington, like a bestie right by now. But so tell me, what exactly is what they need to do when they're standing secure, what they're looking for, and what they're trying to tell people and communicate.
So when they're there at the bank or at the Rexall, they're there sometimes they're asking the questions on behalf, of the bank for symptoms, right, or screening.
Okay.
Other times they're there to make sure that people are keeping their distance apart, trying to educate and, kind of make sure they keep their distance, because sometimes people might forget, or they just might not know, right?
Right, absolutely.
So it's in a courteous way to just try and make sure that everything's peaceful and limit the amount of people in a branch or in a store, so that way it doesn't get crowded.
Okay, so another question I wanted to ask you is, people are staying at home, obviously more. Crime is up. I'm not sure if crime's up. I can't say for sure that crime's up, but we have received, there's a lot of been break-ins, whether it be in garages or just residential properties. Are you seeing that? Are you experiencing that? And can you shed any light on that?
Yes, we've been seeing a lot more of it with the commercial side of things. Not so much residential, because like you said, more people are home, so there's less break-ins in that sense, at least from our perspective. But downtown has been hit really hard. A lot of businesses down there, as you know, the Downtown Association hired us to do extra patrols, which is helping. But it's very frustrating for these businesses, because they're already suffering with job losses and everything else, and then they got to go through. And then they got, we actually know of one business that they're actually, sitting at their store all night or sleeping in their store.
Wow.
So, it's that bad, right?
Yeah,
and it's not good.
Yeah.
So we want to try to give people peace of mind where we can.
Yeah.
And just, people got to know that risk is out there, because crime isn't going to stop no matter what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I wish we could talk a little bit longer, but we're going down to the end of time. But what I need you to know is that we thank you from on TV, because you do keep our grounds safe here as well. But just as a community, you're helping a lot and keeping people's peace of mind. So thank you, Dan, and to all your staff and to your whole company. And I wish you well, and that you keep safe. And I hope that we get to see each other soon in person.
Thank you, Colette. You as well. I miss you guys,
we
and
miss
keep
you
up
too.
the great work.
Thanks, Dan. Have an awesome day.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.